At first, working from home might seem like a dream come true. After all, you don't have to deal with the hassles of a commute. You can multitask by getting your work and your laundry done at the same time. You can be there when your kids get home from school, or just have the uninterrupted time to get important projects done. You might even have a flexible schedule. But working from home can have its drawbacks. In a recent study of 2,500 remote workers like you, many reported having trouble unplugging after work. They're lonely. Collaboration and communication with other team members are big challenges, and it's easy to get distracted and difficult to stay motivated. I'm Amy Pearl from Work Ignited, and today I have 4 tips for avoiding these frustrations by creating a virtual workspace you love. Tip number 1, organize your space. Create a home office. Ideally, it's a separate room, away from distractions. Although your bedroom might seem quiet and private, who wants to roll out of bed to a bunch of emails? If a separate room isn't an option, really delineate a space and work surface so your work life and home life don't all blend together, as one will surely suffer. Working from your bed or comfy couch may seem like fun for a while, but I'd recommend you actually have a desk. Hit the office supply store or online site stocking up on everything you need to make your home office a place you love. Invest in a comfortable office chair or even a balance ball chair. Purchase a whiteboard, post your routines and your major responsibilities so nothing falls through the cracks. Most likely there's no one watching what you do all day, so finding ways to be personally accountable for your work is super important. Think about your surroundings. A ticking clock might lull you to sleep, where a little music can keep you pumped. If you're sharing your space with a partner or a roommate or your kids, be sure to set some ground rules. It's definitely easy to throw in a load of laundry or pop dinner in the oven while you're working, but be clear that just because you're home, it doesn't mean you can handle all the household chores or walk your neighbor's dog. Failing to divide up the labor will leave you feeling taken advantage of, and your productivity may suffer. When your kids get home from school, take a break and have a snack. Then they should do their own homework in their own workspace. If they're home for a snow day or school break, retool your calendar to be proactive in managing their needs. Set up spaces with various activities to keep kids occupied. Planning ahead will ensure everything gets done and no one feels shorted. And if you're video conferencing, have some fun. Perhaps your backdrop has a daily motivational message. Invite people to bring their pets to team meetings. Change your online avatar based on your mood. Just be sure to invest in a good headset and microphone. Nobody at the office or at home wants to hear your conference call or an echoey conversation. Organizing your space and the expectations around that space establish your platform for success. Tip number 2, compartmentalize your schedule. Flexibility does not mean craziness. Maintain regular hours. Start with your 24-hour calendar or even a 7-day calendar and divide it into compartments of activity. What's important to you? Your work, your partner, your kids, your friends, your church, your hobbies. Block time for all of them to make sure you have the balance you desire. It's important to have routines. Wake up more than 5 minutes before work starts. Have a morning routine that includes breakfast, exercise, prayer, even getting dressed. Although it might be fun to wear your PJs for the first few days of working from home, changing your clothes reminds you that it's time to be in a different compartment. Schedule 360-degree touch points. 360 touch points are frequent and regular meetings with all the people around you. Your customers, vendors, team, your peers, your boss. Consistent communication is important, so try morning huddles or weekly one-on-ones to keep everyone in the loop. If possible, turn off that automated message pop-up on your screen, especially when you're working on an important project. Proactively check your emails and other messages during the day, rather than letting pop-ups or someone else's agenda control your every move. Carve out time one day each week to look ahead to next week. Do you have everything you need? When you work virtually, you can't just run down the hall to get something, so plan ahead. By Thursday, you should know you're in good shape for next week. Schedule wrap-up time at the end of each day. Ensure you've delivered everything you were supposed to deliver. Send your boss an update of what you've accomplished, even if your boss didn't ask for it. Then put away your work, especially if it's tough for you to turn off. Turn off your desk lamp. Even closing the door to your home office will remind you the day is done. And during the day, I recommend you divide your work into 30 to 60 minute sprints. Set a timer. Stay focused during that time. This is especially helpful if you're easily distracted. When the timer goes off, then you can change your focus. How do you change your focus? Well, that brings us to tip number 3, energizing yourself. Have a bite to eat or do some quick exercises. Fresh air, even on cold days, is good for you physically, mentally, and emotionally. There are so many things you can do to keep yourself energized during the day. Sometimes 15 minutes is all it takes. Even the way you schedule your day can keep you energized, but that might depend on you. Some people are very focused by nature. They prefer big blocks of time to really focus on one thing. To keep their energy tanks full, they prefer to see something through to completion before moving on to the next thing. Other people are more flexible by nature, having a number of projects going on at one time to stay energized. There's no right way or wrong way. Just know what works for you and schedule your time accordingly. Finally, tip number 4, socialize. Connect with coworkers daily. Schedule a virtual lunch or coffee breaks, just as if you were hanging out in the cafeteria. It's easy to fall into the trap of doing all your work alone, leaving you feeling, lonely. Schedule a call with a peer to brainstorm ideas or get opinions about the project you're working on. Think about the people you'd like to get to know better, perhaps even a mentor. Go ahead, schedule a call with them. Consider working 1 or 2 mornings each week from a nearby coffee shop, maybe a library or a co-working site. It's good to change up your surroundings while seeing other people. If you're more extroverted, join a fitness class or attend a networking event. If you're more introverted, attend a lecture or a seminar. Having people around you will minimize a feeling of isolation. You can even call your mom, child, or grandparent during one of your breaks between work sprints. And although it might be tempting to binge watch last season's top reality TV show after a long day of work, get out and have dinner with a friend. Organize, compartmentalize, energize, and socialize. 4 ways to perform at your best while creating a virtual workspace you love. What ideas do you have for succeeding in a virtual workplace? Post your ideas in the comments below. I'm Amy Pearl from Work Ignited and from my desk at my house. Thanks for joining me.